What is up, guys, man? It's Goose here, man. And boy, I tell you, man, this was a great game tonight between the Texas Longhorns and the LSU Tigers. A game that the LSU Tigers won 45-38, man. And look, we're gonna go over this game because there was a bunch of offense in this game, and very, very little defense. LSU wins this game 45-38. I mean, if you look at this, man, I mean, both quarterbacks played well. I mean, Burrow threw for 471 yards. Ellinger threw for 401. I mean, both defenses had very, very tough times defending the pass, especially in the second half because LSU led 20-7 at halftime. It looked like LSU, I wouldn't say cruised to a easy victory, but it looked like LSU was well in command at halftime. But the second half came out and both teams offensively lit it up. And I think this game was won on that 3rd and 17 pass when LSU was up by 6 points, and they could have run the ball. They could have run the ball there's like 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, something around that time frame, and they could have run the ball and forced Texas to use a timeout, punt the ball, and try to play defense. Something LSU did not do all game, especially in the second half. But they didn't. They rolled the dice. They threw the pass. Justin Jefferson made the catch and took it to the house. LSU went up 45-31 at that point. And it looked like at that point that was going to be all she wrote. But credit to Texas, they came back and they scored a touchdown and they almost got that onside kick. And after that, LSU needed the ball down, and that was it. But we'll go over the stats. So this was if you liked offense, this was your game. I mean, LSU had 573 yards of total offense. Texas had 530. LSU passed the ball 39 times, completed 31 for 471 yards. Texas had 48 attempts for 32 completions, 409 yards. Both quarterbacks played well, outstanding. This was outstanding. It was an outstanding game. As Joe Burrow had 4 touchdowns, and Ellinger also had 4 touchdowns. Ellinger was the leading rusher for Texas as he ran the ball 19 times for 60 yards. LSU was led by Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He had 87 yards on 15 carries. He also ran for a touchdown. Now, receiving yards, I mean, there was a bunch of them. LSU had 3 players over 100 yards receiving, as Justin Jefferson had 9 catches for 163. Jamar Chase had 8 catches for 147, and Terrence Marshall had 6 catches for 123. Jefferson had 3 touchdowns, and Marshall had 1. And going over to Texas, they had 2 guys over 100. They had Duvernay, and then they had Eagles. Duvernay had 154 yards receiving on 12 catches, and Eagles had 5 catches for 116. That's a 23.2 yards average per catch. That's outstanding. And this was a great game. This was a great game. LSU was victorious, 45-38. Rushing yards. It wasn't much. Both teams. They didn't rush the ball that much because, let's face it, passing is where they got all the yards at. Texas had 121 yards rushing. LSU had 102. So LSU, I really thought they were going to have to really establish a run to win this football game. But as the game turned out, no, it was actually the opposite. They had to pass the ball because both teams had advantages from the receivers against the cornerbacks. The receivers were just too tall for these cornerbacks to cover for both teams. So LSU was lucky to get out to that 20-7 lead, and that helped them, win the game, is because they got up that 13-point lead, and Texas was never able to catch up after LSU got up 20-7. So LSU wins 45-38 over the Texas Longhorns. Great game. LSU improves to 2-0. Texas falls to 1-1. Now next week LSU has a snoozer. They play Northwestern State, and then they follow by Vanderbilt, Utah State. So LSU has 3 games in a row that they should. Let's face it, they're going to win. So they'll be 5-0, going to face Florida in the middle of October. So LSU really has nobody for the next month to play. Going over the Texas schedule, they play Rice, and then they play Oklahoma State, West Virginia, and then they play Oklahoma on the 12th of October. So yeah, they play Rice, but then they have a tough game against Oklahoma State. Then they got to go on a road to play West Virginia. So Texas has a little tougher schedule than LSU coming up the next few weeks. But hey, LSU did what they had to do tonight. They went on the road and they won against a top 10 team. This is the first time in LSU's program history that they won a game against a ranked top 10 team on the road. LSU was like 0-11
when facing a team that was ranked in the top 10 on the road. So kudos for LSU for finally doing that. So LSU wins 45-38. Joe Burrow, I mean, he was just the man tonight, same as Ellinger. But LSU did just enough to win 45-38. As always, guys, thank you guys for watching, and go Tigers.